What's going on YouTube? Kevin here with a video review for the DSLR Slinger bag from BBP. Before I begin this review, I'd like to thank Nelly and everyone else out there at BBP for sending this out to me for review. Go ahead and check out their website, guys. Link will be down below in the video description as always. So as the name implies, the DSLR Slinger is a sling bag for your DSLR and also its gear. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what this bag features and exactly what all you can put into it. It's a pretty fantastic bag and pretty stellar, and I really do love it. So I'm excited to show you what all this bag has to offer. So we're going to start off with the front here. We have, first of all, two horizontal Velcro straps for any type of tripod you might own, big or small. So here we have two straps again to secure your tripod. This is the tripod I actually use. The one I'm using is obviously the one I'm using for this video, but just for the sake of demonstration purposes and props, I have a tripod here. Again, head on to the back of the bag with two horizontal Velcro straps. We'll now go from top to bottom because I feel like that's the most logical order to begin with. So here we're going to start with the very top compartment. Now all these red lines that you see across here are actual zippers to open up these compartments and pockets. So you can tell from the start that there are a decent amount of pockets on this thing. And we're going to start at the top. Now this, you'll notice, is more rectangular. It's not really like a thin rectangle. It's a lot more square than the rest of the pockets. And because of that, this is supposed to house slightly, things that aren't as long, but they're a little bit taller. And what I have you can fit in here, first of all, I have a smaller extra DSLR body. Right here I have a Canon Rebel XS, which is a very entry-level DSLR. It's very small for the body, that is, but you can still fit that in here. What I have written that you can put in here, besides extra camera bodies, you can have microphones. I usually put my Rode VideoMic Pro into that pocket there, but you can also put things like lenses in there that are somewhat not as long again, but they're somewhat bigger, tilt-shift lenses, fisheye lenses, wide-angle lenses, and things like that. So the middle compartment on this DSLR Slinger is actually a lot longer than the one at the top and thinner, which means it's supposed to be made for lenses. Now this does look very thin on the outside, but I can guarantee you it will expand to fit any type of lens. But this is made for a medium to long range zoom lens, so let's say you have a 24 to 70 f2.8, or you have a 70 to 300 f4 to f5.6 or something like that. Those type of bigger zoom range telephoto lenses will fit in this compartment, but you don't have to put that in there. You can put any type of accessories. I currently have here, because I don't have a really long range telephoto lens, I just have my smaller lenses that I don't have mounted on the main DSLR body. So what I have here is, first of all, it's not actually a lens. I have my charger. I have the charging cable for my charger and the battery charger for my DSLR. I also have two lenses in here. I still have my standard 18 to 55mm f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens, so I have that. And I also have a 50mm prime f1.4. So again, you don't have to use this for just one long telephoto lens. You can put smaller accessories in here and just kind of stack them up. This pocket is relatively big and it's really deep too, so you could even double layer if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend that, but you could put one layer and then a thinner layer on top for smaller accessories that might fit on top of that. Next on the DSLR Slinger, on the outside, we have this zipper right here, which exposes a flatter, thinner compartment. And this is for things like, let's see what I have in here. I have a spare shoulder strap for the camera that is currently inside this DSLR Slinger, an extra shoulder strap or neck strap, whatever you call that thing. I also have white balance cards. So if you want to keep things that are thinner in there, you can keep filters in there, lens caps, small things like that, you can fit in this compartment here. Again, it's very thin. It's just a slot. It's not anything. It doesn't have any depth to it. So thinner things in here will fit in that pocket. So the next compartment on the DSLR Slinger that I'm going to show you is the main compartment right here, this behemoth. This is where you store your main DSLR with the lens that you plan to use a lot, either the most versatile lens or your longest zoom range lens, because this does have the deepest pocket to accommodate for a really long telephoto lens, like 9 inches, which is pretty darn long. So we're going to unzip this compartment, and you'll notice that it looks exactly like a top loader because it essentially is a top loader. And right here, I have a Canon 6DD with a 24 to 105 f4L lens on it. So this is a decently sized camera lens system. Now this pocket here can accommodate for anything from the entry-level DSLR to the larger full-frame professional cameras. And if you have something like the Nikon D4 or the Canon 1DX, I could probably say that it would fit in there, even though I don't have this, just because this pocket is so huge. And if you have, say, a camera like the Canon 60D or a entry-level DSLR, you can put a battery grip on your camera as well, and it will still fit, because when you shove this in here, you still have a good inch or two give leeway between, you know, having it be, you know, really tight in there. So you can put a battery grip on your DSLR and then still push it into this pocket and it'll still fit. So very impressive that this DSLR Slinger bag holds that much. Also on here we have a smaller compartment. This is where you put things like filters, memory cards, lens caps, things like that. I just have a memory card in there just to remind me that that's what you can put in there. And that's that. On the bottom of the DSLR Slinger, there is another pocket here, and this isn't really to carry your own stuff, but this is to carry something that came with the bag. And what am I talking about? Well, this is a raincoat. So in the event that there's a heavy downpour outside, or it's raining, or you know that it's going to be wet where you're going, there are 2 buttons on the bottom and 2 on the top, and 4 corresponding, you know, buttons on this thing that you kind of snap on the top and the bottom, and you stretch it over, and it will protect your gear in case, you know, there's a rainstorm or there's a typhoon outside or what have you, whatever situation. This raincoat will protect your gear from getting wet. The last compartment I wanted to talk to you guys about was this one that runs vertically top to bottom on the back side of the DSLR Slinger. Now what is this for? Now you might immediately think, well, obviously it's for a laptop, you know, if you want to edit on the go or something like that. But you're kind of right. This is actually meant for a tablet or a netbook. Sorry, you won't be able to fit anything from a 13-inch laptop on up. I would say if you have an 11-inch MacBook Air, that might fit in here. I don't know because I don't have one, so don't hold me to that. But this was meant for tablets like the iPad or netbooks that are a lot thinner. And I don't know if you consider the MacBook Air a netbook, but it could fit in there. And why is this here? Well, Apple introduced the iPad camera connection kit a while ago, and that allows you to connect your SD card to your iPad and offload and transfer the pictures onto your iPad. And if you have a 64GB iPad, that's essentially like a 64GB huge SD card. And let's say you have space on there, but you ran out of room on your memory card, then you can just, you know, transfer your pictures from your memory card to your iPad or your tablet or your netbook, and then, you know, continue to shoot on your DSLR. So unique compartment here for a unique purpose to hold your netbook or your tablet in case you want to transfer your pictures, or if you have, say, a tablet or a netbook that has, you know, connection to the data services, you can upload right there on the spot. So I've come out here to my backyard to kind of finish off the review for the DSLR Slinger bag because I feel like it's more realistic to kind of show you guys what all the DSLR Slinger has to offer in a more natural environment. So this bag was either meant for someone who doesn't have a lot of gear and they want to carry it all around with them as their main camera bag, or if you do have a lot of gear and you are going out on a shoot in, say, nature, or you are a wildlife photographer, let's say, and you want to carry around, you know, a good amount of gear but not too much to weigh you down, and you can also access your gear pretty quickly. The DSLR Slinger bag not only has a strap that goes across your chest but also one along your waist so that it's always secure on your person, and it also does have adjustable straps on it so that if you are a bigger or smaller person, you can obviously adjust it to your liking. So even though this is a great product overall, I would not recommend it for everyone. Now, who is this for? Well, if you are the entry-level DSLR, or you're just starting to get into DSLR photography or videography and you have very little gear to carry around with you other than your camera, your kit lens, and maybe a few other things, then this might be the bag for you. If you are someone who's more into photography and have been for a while, and you do have a lot of gear, you have several lenses, a lot of other things and accessories to go with your camera, then this bag might be a little bit small for you. If you are a professional photographer, let's say, or maybe just a normal photographer, and you want to go out, say, on a hike or in nature, and you want to carry around a little bit of gear with you, your most versatile DSLR and lens, you know, combination, then this might be the type of bag for you, considering that it has the security you need, the padding you need in case you roughhouse it, and again, it also carries around a decent amount of gear, but it doesn't weigh you down. So this bag is not for everyone, but it does fit a lot of people's needs. So for $100, you're paying for a really good, high-quality bag that can protect potentially several $1,000s worth of camera equipment. I would recommend this to a lot of people, but again, not everyone, excluding the people that might think about using this as their main camera bag to carry around all their gear. It might be a little small for that purpose. But otherwise, I think this can suit pretty much anyone's needs, and anyone who's looking into photography or has been for a while, you might find that this bag, you can find some use for it. So this has been my video review for the DSLR Slinger bag. Again, I want to thank Nelly and the whole crew out there at BBP for sending this out to me for review. Go ahead and check out their website, guys. Link will be down below in the description as always. Until next time, please feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe for more content in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video review.